Good morning, everyone. Before I start unit number 5, I want to make you a refresh on entire unit. Unit number 1, I describe understanding B2B market, and I also discussed in depth on organizational buying behavior and especially Robinson model, Winds and Webster model, and Peter Kraljic model. In unit number 2, I explain customer relationship management in detail, type of relationship, customer profitability, then industry bandwidth, flaring out by unbundling and flaring out augmentations. This is all about in unit 2. In addition to that, in unit 2, I describe business market segmentations and demand forecasting. In business market segmentation, we discuss basis of segmentation, criteria of segmentation, and the another very important is how to select the target segment. There is a methodology, Richa Bhattacharya case we can talk about. Then we discuss the type of demand forecasting, quantitative demand forecasting, qualitative demand forecasting, and basically we discuss Salesforce composite method, Delphi method, and executive judgment method. Then in the unit 3, we discuss differentiation dimension, product differentiation, service differentiation, and solution selling. In product differentiations, we talk about quality differentiation and value propositions, design differentiation and value propositions, and creating a smart product and value propositions. In service differentiations, we talk about 4 kind of service differentiations, that is product life cycle services, then process support services, process delegation services, and asset efficiency services. In unit 4, we start with the pricing strategy, then we went to the business marketing channel and advertising, sales promotion, and personal selling. So till that time, in each and every respect we discussed, completed, we went through the case study in every unit. As far as recalling are concerned, I start with the PowerX case in unit 1, ScanX case in organizational buying behavior, Tata value management case in the unit 2, Richa Bhattacharya case in unit 2, and then in unit 3 we can talk about a lot of example like Walmart and Procter and Gamble example, Dell and Ford example. So these all cases we discussed. In pricing strategy, we discussed the case of one of the company having basically issue with the pricing. So in this unit 5, we are discussing two broader topic. One is marketing strategy in technology adoptions life cycle, and another one is balance scorecard and strategic map. So let us talk about marketing strategy in technology adoption life cycle. First subtopic is understanding technology adoption life cycle. So before understanding technology adoption's life cycle, you have to understand two very important facets: sustainable and continuous innovation and discontinuous innovation. So sustainable innovations focus on the current market, current demand, improve product, but sustainable innovation never focus on making the change in the behavior of consumer. As far as the discontinuous innovation are concerned, it focus on the future aspect. It is basically focusing on the future, and also it can make changes in the behavior of customer. So discontinuous innovations, once we are telling in definitions, we can say truly new product that require the marketplace to dramatically change their behavior with the promise of gaining dramatic new benefit. Truly new product. that require the marketplace to dramatically change their behavior with the promise of gaining dramatically new benefit. Let us take an example. Internet changed the way we do the business. Computer opened the door to revolutionize new product. Google has really transformed the behavior as far as the advertising is concerned. And Google Map also transformed the entire scenario, entire business model. Uber, Ola, Netflix, there are n number of examples. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, n number of examples we have right now. So, as far as understanding and the meaning of technological adoption's life cycle is concerned, as per Wikimedia, it is sociological model which describe acceptance and adoptions of technology. Basically, the technology adoptions life cycle describe there are 5 type of customer as far as this particular life cycle is concerned. The first customers are known as innovator. The second type of customers are known as visionary. Third, pragmatics. Fourth, conservative. And fifth, laggard. Let us talk about one by one. Innovators are the customer who explore latest innovations. They are ready to explore the innovations, possess a significant influence over product perception by other. So they are picking the product, they are every time ready to accept the new technology and try things out but move on to new idea as they come out. So these are innovators. They are basically tech savvy people, and they willingly use the product. Then the second type of customer are visionary. These customers are also known as early adopter. These customers desire to exploit innovation for a competitive advantage. Basically, they are not the customer, they are looking for only for picking up the technology, but they want to use it to the further extent, or you can say they are using prototype of the technology. The third type of customer are pragmatics. They are analytical, they are risk averse customer, like visionary are risk takers. They constitute bulk of technology purchase, believe in technology evolutions, not revolutions, and seek products that have proven themselves. So pragmatics constitute the biggest 34% of the market. Then another type of customer are conservative. These customers are pessimistic about receiving any benefit from new technology, but at the same time they don't want to left behind of the world. So reluctantly purchase technology product to avoid being left behind. So they also constitute 34% of the entire market. And the last one is laggard. They are reluctant to use the technology. Either they are uneducated or they are basically too old people. So as far as the technology customers, type of technology customers are concerned, these are the 5 type of technology customer. If you talk about the strategy, the bowling alley strategy, what this strategy is, each market is like a bowling pin. The momentum of moving one pin successfully carries over into surrounding segment. What it says that there is a gap between visionary and the pragmatics. This entire scenario is described in a way you can understand. In technology life cycle, there are 5 type of customer. The first two type of customer constitute early market. The rest three type of customer constitute the mainstream market. So if you talk about the Bowling Ally strategy, this strategy is basically when the product is trying to penetrate, reach out to the pragmatics. So in this particular strategy, the mainstream market segment begin to accept the new product, but it still has a way to go because they want the proven record. So that's why strategies say you focus on the customer, you picked up the target segment, and then work on the other after that. So this is what the strategy. Then the second one is the tornado strategy. This strategy assume a product has a very wide appeal. The seller strategy is to move as quickly as possible in getting product out to the market, build distribution as soon as possible, and this strategy demand product leadership, operational excellence in manufacturing and distributions. So tornado strategy we can talk about. Then the third strategy is main street strategy. Once the mainstream has adopted the product, the aftermarket phenomenon occur. What is the aftermarket phenomenon? Mass marketer of the product begin to subside. Competitor force supply to exceed the demand. Price fall, high-tech product become a commodity. Profit growth can no longer come from selling the commodity. Profit can only come from extending the platform of product to the other niche specific need. This is all three strategy we can talk about. There are n number of example. Once you take the example of Uber, in 2012 Uber started. After that subsequently it grew like anything. So it's cross from early market to the mainstream market. Here the very important aspect is the difference, the gap between the early market and the mainstream market. This gap is known as the chasm. The chasm is basically the stage where the company is trying to reach pragmatics and trying to target more space in the market. So very important aspect, how to cross the chasm. So how to cross the chasm? There are certain strategy to cross the chasm. Where one strategy to cross the chasm is for the marketer to provide pragmatics with 100% solution to their problem using the new technology, as Bowling Ally strategy described. And I said in the earlier discussions in this video that in this strategy the organizations is now picking up the target segment and trying to provide the solutions, trying to provide whole product, and this target segment is ready reference for the other segment. So once one segment is served successfully, other segment will also you can able to target it. And the second very important aspect, if you are actually enter in the pragmatics after crossing the chasm, you are in tornado stage where you have to focus more on your capacity building, more on increasing the productions, more on building the distribution channel. But if in the case of Facebook, if in the case of Instagram, if in the case of the digital technology we can talk about, there is no distributions. The technology is reaching directly to the customer. In this way, the entire scenario is changed. And that if you compare whenever the technological adoptions life cycle come, at that particular time more focus on the distributions. Right now digital technology, in the context of digital technology, it is not required, but Of course, in many cases that depend upon the industry to industry, in many cases it is very much required. And as I am reminding to you, today every product is technology product, whether it is a medical product, whether it is a pharma product, whether it is a FMCG product, whether it is a retail product, whether it is a any product we can talk about. Almost all products are technological product. That's why these particular technology adoptions life cycles are relevant and very important to know. Thank you very much.